Now I know what you're thinking, more Razer Blades? I thought we just got a new Razer Blade with the RTX graphics back at CES. That's true, but here we are with two brand new Razer Blades, but these ones have some pretty interesting options going on with these displays. So we're gonna break down Razer's new lineup of Blade gaming laptops and kind of show you what's unique about these new ones. So we did get a sneak peek preview of these laptops at CES, but we weren't really sure whether or not Razer was serious about putting these out, and we especially didn't know when they were coming. But now it's official. Razer is releasing these two Blade laptops, one with an OLED panel and one with a 240 hertz refresh rate. So let's talk about this OLED panel first, because I mean, you can just look at it, it's glossy, the contrast is just crazy, the vibrancy, all the stuff you get with OLED is gonna be brought to this gaming laptop. And I know what you're thinking. I can see you typing in the comments, what about screen burn-in, you know, that old problem that OLED has? Why would you want that on on your computer where you got, static, the taskbar and other things like that? Well, we've asked that same question to Razer, and basically they've told us that their suppliers have told them, which is Samsung, that there's some new technology going on here to avoid burn-in and things like pixel shifting and other tricks that Samsung is using to make sure that these panels don't burn in. Obviously, we won't know for sure until we've used these laptops for a while and kind of seen what the result is. But Razer seems pretty confident that this new technology is gonna help bring OLED to more and more laptops, and obviously we're getting it right here. Now this is a 4K 60 hertz panel. So, you're kind of trading out the high refresh rate for 4K and for OLED, and really this is geared towards content creators, people who really are gonna care about that those colors and the brightness and just how vibrant looking at this display is. But I also think pretty much anybody is gonna be interested once you see this side by side with another screen. This is the one you're definitely going to be focused on. It's the one you're gonna be interested in. But on the other side of the spectrum is this other option, which is the 240 hertz refresh rate version. This is a 1080p screen, and this basically model is all about pushing those super high frame rates and getting that really, really smooth action, that really smooth experience. And you might be wondering, again, kind of like the OLED, isn't this kind of extreme? Are you even gonna notice the difference between a 144 hertz panel and a 240 hertz panel? We don't know. We haven't gotten to test the actual gaming on it, but you're gonna see a lot more panels like this that support 240 hertz for a refresh rate, and Razer seems to be pretty confident that this is gonna be kind of the next step in that, that game to get higher frame rates and to that higher refresh rate and just a smoother and smoother experience for your games. And again, way different than the 60 hertz 4K option over here. This is all about that really smooth gameplay, which I think most gamers are interested in. So those are your two new options for the Razer Blade Advanced models. Now, the higher refresh rate version comes in a 2070 and 2080 option for graphics cards, but the OLED version only comes with the 2080 to power that really crazy screen with the really high color gamut and all the things you want in a content creation tool. I do have one other thing to talk about though in this video, which is the new Razer Blade base model. Now before, Razer had these base models which used the old graphics cards, the 10 series graphics cards, and a little bit of an older design. It's slightly thicker, doesn't use the new vapor chamber cooling. And what we have now is an update to that basically. It now stretches up to a 2060, kind of breaking into the 20 series RTX cards. So now you have a base model that starts at the 1060 and goes up to the 2060 for the base model, and then in the advanced models you have the 2070 and 2080 options. So that's kind of how it breaks down in terms of your graphics cards and kind of your performance that you're gonna get out of that in actual games. It's a little confusing, and Razer has totally admitted that. It's gonna require some getting down into the specs to really know what you're getting, but I think between these three options, you have a pretty good mix of different use cases that you might have, and there's a pretty good option for each of those. So what about pricing? Well, we don't actually have final prices on either of these yet, We do know the OLED panel is probably going to be the more expensive of those two, but we don't have final prices, but you can guess they're going to be expensive. The base model is still the same, the 1060 is still the same price, whereas the new 2060 comes in at $1999. We can't wait to check out all these new Razer products, and we're going to get them all in review and to test them out. So in the comments, let us know what you want to know about these Razer laptops, whether or not you're interested, and make sure to subscribe so you get more videos from Digital Trends.